Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 165. The album that I will be recording today is Notorious B.I.G's debut album titled "Ready to Die," released in 1994. I was recording this review last night, but the fucking camera died on me, so I forgot to record the camera. Forgot to recharge the battery. So it is what it is. But better late than never. I know you guys been wanting me to review this album for some time, so I thought I'd just do it today. All right. He also went by the name of Biggie Smalls, but most people know him by anyways. So, but for those who don't know who Biggie is, he's an MC from Brooklyn, New York. Specifically Bed-Stuy or Bed-Stuy Do or Die or Bedford Stuyvesant. He got his start back in the early 90s, particularly 1991. He started off as, he used to sell drugs back in the day. And, but at the same time, he started rapping, he started rapping in his neighborhood and stuff like that, doing like live performances and stuff like that. At the time, like, he used to roll with this cat named 50 Grand. That was his DJ at the time. And, around that time, he was also working with Daddy O of Sister Sonic, which I didn't know until like yesterday when I was listening to Mr. C interview. Like, I think it was yesterday or today I've listened to it. And, he was just saying that how, he used to work with him back in the day and stuff like that. And then, Mr. C kind of took Biggie under his wing, things like that. And they had recorded a demo, 50 Grand and Biggie. They recorded a demo. And, and at the time, Mr. C, if you guys know that he was Big Daddy Kane's DJ at one point. And this was like around the Taste of Chocolate era. So, it's like, okay, when I come back from tour, I would like to hear the demo, things like that. So, fast forward, after the tour, Mr. C sees Biggie. He, is pretty much like saying like, yo, I like the demo, but we gotta kind of like clean it up. It's too hissy, hissy. It has that real cassette feel, that grimy sound that I like. But you know how it is. The industry, people like quality, so it is what it is. So they did that. They redid the demo, things of that nature. And then Mr. C kind of knew Matty C from the source, because Matty C was I think he was like the A&R, not the A&R, but he was like the in charge of the Unside Hype. He liked the demo, which got Biggie into the Unside Hype column. All my people, if you guys do still read the source, do they still do Unside Hype? Let me know. But anyways, I haven't read the source in years, so I'm not missing it anyways. But getting back to the story, so Matty C was like in the demo, put Biggie on the Unside Hype, which caught the attention of Puffy. Puffy was the A&R of Uptown Records. Uptown Records was the home of Heavy D and the Boys, Little Sean, a couple other cats. I think Super Cat was on there too. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe he was. I'm not sure. But anyways, getting off topic. So it caught their Puffy, and then Puffy actually met with Puffy. I mean with Biggie, excuse me. And then next thing you know, they started recording some stuff. But then with his meeting with with Puffy, which landed Biggie on his first album placement, which was a bunch of niggas off of what's that song? A bunch of niggas off of Heavy D's Blue Funk album back in 1992. Was the last song that Posse cut, which featured I think with obviously Heavy D, Biggie himself, Guru, Third Eye, and I believe that was it. I believe that was unless I'm missing some other people, I don't remember. But yeah, that was his first appearance on Wax. Then Biggie was actually featured on a couple other stuff. He did a song with Nina Cherry with Buddy X. He did a joint with Mary J. Blige. One of the remixes he did with her on the Western 401 remix album that came out in '93. Then eventually he ended up doing excuse me, The Party and Bullshit for the Who's the Man soundtrack. And then next thing you know, the rest is history. Started working on some stuff, and then next ended up becoming this song right here, Ready to Die. Alright. I have the remastered version. I used to have the original 1994 pressing, but I don't have it no more. I gave it to my boy. and which I'll tell you guys the difference between the two. Um, all right, so I'm gonna tell you the singles first. I'm gonna tell you the producers and the features. All right. Well, realistically, it's only one feature, or two if you want to be specific. The singles are Juicy, Big Papa, Warning, One More Chance, and Unbelievable. Alright, those are the 5 singles. But the most notable singles that people know Biggie for, that is the most popular, are Juicy, Big Papa, and One More Chance. Alright, so, and One More Chance, the remix, not the original. I'll tell you guys why when I, go through the album and stuff like that. Alright, so, those are the singles. The features on the album, realistically, there's only one feature. Is Method Man on the song The What, but Puffy's on a couple of songs, but he's not really rapping. He's just talking and stuff like that. So he does like kind of like ad libs and stuff like that. But it kind of adds on to the track. But it is what it is. Okay, let me tell you guys the produce. Well, let me show you what the album looks like. This is the slip cover. This is the remastered version. This is the back. All right, as you can see, it comes with a DVD. Has 19 songs. Alright, that's the remastered version. And the original only has 17 songs, alright? So let me show you what this cover looks like. This is CJ, Biggie's son, alright? Biggie right here, as you can see. Open it up. Alright, completely different than from the original cover. I mean the original pressing. Because the original pressing, if you guys know, it has the bad boy lingo. It has a bad boy logo, the boy with the hat twisted, and it had the track listing on the side. And it was all red and stuff like that. So that's a big difference on that too. And it says executive produced by Sean Puffy Combs and stuff like that. So that's a big difference. And like I said, 17 songs, things like that. All right. And it comes with the DVD. Get in there. Pretty cool, alright. I know you guys gonna say you should have kept the original. Yeah, it is what it is, but I'm good with this, so alright, open it up. Biggie, alright, CJ, the track listing. Biggie right here is just grilling. Biggie with his big ass hands. Got the film negatives of the videos, pretty cool, pretty dope, of Juicy, Big Papa, Warning, One More Chance, the remix, alright, Unbelievable, which is like a live performance he did back in like 95 or some shit like that. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you guys the producers. The producers are Puffy or Diddy, Darnell Scott, don't know who he is, but he did his thing on that joint, I'll tell you that in a little bit. Easy Mo B, shout out to Easy Mo B, definitely one of the most underrated producers. I always feel like he gets props, but he doesn't. I feel like he deserves, more mention than he really does. You know what I mean? And yeah, Norman and Digger, they're known as the Blues Brothers. Digger, also known as Lord Digger of Master Ace Incorporated at one point. Shout out to Lord Digger, by the way. Underrated producer too, and dope MC too. I've mentioned Puffy already. Poke from Trackmasters. Already mentioned him. Chucky Thompson. And those are and Lord Finesse and DJ Premier. Nasheed Merrick, and Rashad Smith. Those are the producers in the album. Alright. You know how I get down. I'm gonna go through some of the tracks. Alright. First, let me get my sweeter tea. Alright. Let's get the party started. Alright, first track is the intro. It's pretty long, not long, but it's like about 3.5 minutes long. It starts off with Biggie's mom giving birth to Biggie, and it's her baby father. I hate Biggie's dad. Let's be respectful. Biggie's dad, just supporting like, yo, push, all that good stuff. Just supporting her through his pregnancy and stuff like that. Then fast forward a couple of years later, This is around like the late '70s, early '80s. Um, the father's just saying like, "Yo, you need to control that boy. I can't control him. If you're not gonna control him, I'ma just leave." Da da da, that kind of thing. And so one thing leads to another. Because of that, him living in a single parent home, which sometimes is not always the case, but and he ended up, living the street life. You know what I mean? Just doing what you got to do. Sticking up niggas, selling drugs, things like that. That he ends up getting arrested, and then he's in jail. Then there's another segment saying like, yo, he's leaving jail. And then he's like, yo, and then the CEO's like, yo, you know you're gonna be coming back. He's like, nah, I ain't coming back to this motherfucker. So and then the rest is history. And then which leads on to the next song, Things Done Change, is pretty much a very dope song. I really love that beat. It's a dope beat. Has like a real '70s feel to it. What I got from that joint right there is pretty much him just talking about how things used to be before he went to jail back in the '80s. Just saying like how back in the '80s, like, the drug game was like lovely, like everybody was getting money, nobody was greedy. There was none of that. Well, there was gun violence, obviously, but it's just like how the drug game's changed now. Like there's no rules no more. Nobody's loyal anymore and things like that. Back then people was dressed up fly with the kazals and the Dapper Dan suits and all that stuff. But then he comes back like, he's like, he see everything's changed a lot now. So it's like you got kids, killing people and stuff like that. And it's kind of hard for him to kind of adapt to that environment. It's like, yo, like what the fuck? The game is not what it used to be. And niggas is like, you gotta adapt. Yo, things done change, man. Like, yo, it's not what it used to be. So that's pretty much what I got from that joint right there. Let me 1 second. So that's pretty much what I got from that song, Things Done Change. And yeah, man, like I could definitely relate to that because obviously a lot has changed over the years, and just like it's things on. People always embrace change, which is good, but change ain't always good. You know what I mean? Like, keep your change. You know what I mean? Like, no pun intended, but it is what it is. Next track, Give Me a Loot, definitely one of my favorite tracks off the album. Love the beat, just how that booming bass, that boom, 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 boom. Motherfuckers better know, like, ooh, I'm a bat, like, oh, love that joint. Like, Easy Mo B is a fucking beast for that joint right there. That shit, yo, Give Me the Loot, yo, anytime I hear that shit, like, I get hyped. Like, that shit is so ill. Like, that song pretty much is, it's a stick-up kid's anthem. That's all I gotta say about it. That's the best way I could describe that song. It's like, it takes you through what a stick-up kid goes through every day. He or she is hungry. Yo, they need some bread. They broke. They need some bread. So they're gonna stick up some motherfuckers. They're gonna fucking catch some jugs. You know what I mean? Catch some juxes, man. So that is the perfect anthem. If you about to catch a jux, you want to catch a jux, play that song. I mean, that sounds so bad. I'm promoting that, but I don't recommend you guys doing that. Don't live that life because that shit don't last long. Because you catch a jux to the next person, and yeah, that's your ass. But I don't need to tell you. You should know that, and they know that too. But they don't give a fuck. But that song right there is just so dope, man. So much quotables, man. I forgot to write it down, but it is what it is. Track 4, Machine Gun Funk. Very dope song. That was produced by Easy Mo B. It has a nice funky beat. The thing with Machine Gun Funk, this is actually the remix. This is not the original version, and that's another thing too. This album is mostly to me is a remix album, and the reason being is because there was an original album. There's an original album version, which I'll post in the description box so you guys can hear it. I'm pretty sure you guys heard most of those songs anyways, but I'm gonna post it down anyway in case you haven't heard the songs. But there was an original version of this album, but the thing was the album went through so much sample clearances, so they had to like redo some of the songs or like replay the samples, or they had to use different beats. And so that's why like a lot of songs were like kind of like kind of different and things like that. I'll get more too into that, but Machine Gun Funk was a prime example because the original version was produced by DJ Premier, and that one I like, but I kind of prefer this one better. It fits the album better, even though the Primo version was dope, but this one to me fits the album better. It sounds better too. That's just my opinion. But it's a braggadocio track. It's just it's just it kind of reminiscent of "Give Me the Loot" in a sense, but but obviously "Give Me the Loot" is a lot better than Machine Gun Funk. But Machine Gun Funk definitely a dope song. Track 5, "Warning," that's one of his singles. How to describe that song? If you guys seen the movie Scarface, at the end of the movie, like where he's arguing with Sosa because Scarface, Tony Montana was supposed to kill the ambassador and his wife, but he didn't kill him because he had kids in the car, and he's like, nah, I'm not killing him. He has kids, and I'm not killing no fucking kids. He's like, yo, come on, press the button, and shoot the fucking driver and shit. No, he shot the passenger, excuse me. And then, all hell broke loose after that. And then Sosa was like, yo, what the fuck? He was just supposed to make that speech. And then these niggas is going in having a shot. Yo, what the fuck you talking to? What? You think you're a tough guy? Come on. Look at you now. Blah, 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 that kind of shit. So, I know I butchered that whole shit, but I don't give a fuck. But you guys know what I'm trying to say. So, after that, Sosa sent the Colombians or the Bolivians, whatever. And then, you know how that shit ended. But that's pretty much the scenario of Warning. He's paranoid. Niggas out trying to kill him. Niggas trying to, pretty much because he's a big kingpin in a street game, and niggas trying to kill him. Niggas is jealous and that kind of thing and things like that. And the video definitely explains, pretty much give you the whole scenario of the song. But it's a pretty dope song right there. Really enjoyed that joint right there. It's funny it's funny with that song too because that song Easy Mo B obviously produced the beat, but he actually played that for Big Daddy Kane, but Big Daddy Kane supposedly passed on the song, but Big Daddy Kane talked about that. He said he kind of denied that. He was denying that. He's like, nah, I don't remember hearing that song or some shit like that. I don't know, but it would have been dope if Big Daddy Kane used it. It more than likely would have been on either on Looks Like a Job 4 or his Daddy's Home album that came out in '94. Even though I think Big Daddy Kane would have been dope on it, but I don't think it would have gotten as much impact as it did with Warning. That's just my opinion. That's no diss to the Big Daddy Kane, but that's what it is. But Warning, I just throw that out there for you guys. All right. Then you got track 6, Ready to Die. Very dope joint right there. One of the best, like I said, one of my favorite tracks off the album besides "Give Me the Loot." It's funny too because that's another song that was that suffered for that was a victim of sample clearance issues because the original sample was an Ohio Players sample that they couldn't clear, so they had to redo the song, and that's how the song that you hear now is the remix actually. But the remix, the original, I kind of like a little bit better than the remix, but the remix is dope. I fucks with it. He had a dope line when he said, I wrote it down, where he said, straight at your dome, Holmes, I want to see cabbage. Biggie Smalls a savage, doing your brain cells much damage. I've always liked that, because he's comparing your brain, as cabbage. And if you guys seen a brain, you can kind of see the resemblance with a cabbage and brain. No, I don't know. To me, it's I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so Ready to Die, dope song, very dope. It's another street track, braggadocio track. Like I said, I prefer the original version. Love the beat for that shit. Like I said, it's on the original version, which I'll post in the description box. Pretty dope. Track 7, One More Chance. This is not the remix album that people know, that everybody knows, the video version with Heavy D in the video, and that one is a lot more up tempo, not more laid back, more kind of calm, more happy, not happy, but more like a club track, party vibe. One More Chance was a lot more darker. The lyrics were a lot different with this one. That was produced by the Blues Brothers. I obviously prefer this version over the remix. I like the remix, but I hear that song so much times, like I get tired of that shit. Like I'm like when I hear him, like, oh my god, oh my fucking god, like how many times I'm gonna hear this shit? But if you're at a club, you play that joint, or at a house party, yeah, you're gonna dance with that. You're gonna dance. It's like a slow dance song, you know, pretty dope. You know what I mean? So got the girls whining on you slowly. You know what I mean? So that's always good. But yeah, one more chance. Like I said, the beat is a lot more darker. You know, he kind of it's a sex track. You know what I mean? It's a lot more gritty. He's putting out his player card on that shit like that. Like fuck no, fuck all the hoes. You know what I mean? Fuck these hoes. And the song starts off with his daughter Tiana. I think her name is Tiana. Says saying in the answer machine, like all you hoes calling for my daddy, get off his dick. And it's like, it's funny, but at the same time, it's kind of sad. You know what I mean? Like, rappers, if you stop doing that shit. Like, that shit gets, it's old, but it's kind of disrespectful. It's like, you're exploiting the kid, man. Like, stop that shit. But, what in Biggie's case, it was kind of different for that time because you didn't really hear shit like that back then. So, I'll give him a pass. But, people keep doing that. It's like, come on, man. It's like, it's not cute, you know what I mean? But yeah, but that's one with Chance, pretty dope song right there. Track 8, Fuck Me interlude. Self-explanatory. It's just him fucking the chick in the bed. Hear the bed squeaking, and then they fucking give him the insult. You Kentucky Fried Chicken, fat black piece of chocolate, mother, like just going in and shit like that. And then they both fall off the bed, and and they just both laughing and shit like that. So I thought that was pretty funny. Track 9, The What, pretty dope song. That song is actually featured on the original version. The only difference with the original version is that Biggie's lyrics is different. Yeah, cause like that I'm a fuck bitch with the HIV shit. Fuck bitch with the HIV shit. That shit, that's not on the original. Cause I think it starts off with something about marijuana, like I'm the marijuana chief, da 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 da. I don't remember the lyrics, but he starts off with that, so it's completely different. But Method Man's verses are the same, but Biggie's verses is a bit different. It's a little bit different, but same beat though. But man, definitely one of my favorite. Again, one of my favorite tracks off the album. To me, Method Man stole the show on that song, in my opinion. To me, it felt more like a Method Man song than it did a Biggie song. Biggie had some dope shit to say. But Method Man killed that shit. Like, it was meant for him. You know what I mean? And I thought he did his shit well. Let me see how much time I got left. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut it short, alright? Because, yeah. Alright, so, but yeah, The What, I'll continue on, alright? But stay tuned for more. Peace.